Barbadians, have a listen to Minister, the Honorable Kerrie Symmonds, speaking at the St. George South, Barbados Labour Party branch meeting on Sunday, March 3, 2024. Minister Symmonds was responding to claims by Mr. Cherry that the awarding of contracts for major projects in Barbados is unfair.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. But there's a funny thing, because the rain does fall on the just and on the unjust. Now, my friends, I feel that we have a duty to defend those things that really and truly are, in some cases, in some cases, worthy of serious attention. I want to speak to them things tonight. Now, you just heard Rommel speaking about some of the work that his ministry has done. And Rommel was very technical, as a young minister must be. And Rommel was very careful to outline some of the roads being done, as he should do when he comes to speak in somebody's constituency. But I've been wrong a little bit longer. And I have seen a lot of this thing called politics. And I don't want us to miss the opportunity to respond to things that need to be responded to. Now, I begin by differentiating this administration from the previous administration, because I listened to Mr. Cherry the other day, and I want to assure the media, and I want to assure you, as minister responsible, as senior minister responsible for what they call the productive sector. And that simply is just a nice way of saying that those things that earn foreign exchange for Barbados, point your finger in Kerrie Symmonds' direction, because ultimately he got to coordinate all of them there. Whether it is tourism, whether it's agriculture, industry, commerce, and quite frankly, this matter of public works has for too long been seen as a matter only about Barbados. But let us understand that there are at least two major contracting companies in this country that earn foreign exchange by doing road work overseas. At least two, maybe more. So that even public works is sold across borders into neighboring Caribbean islands, and in one case into Latin America, so that that work that they are doing, earning foreign exchange for this country too, part of the productive sector of Barbados. Now let me say to you, ladies and gentlemen, when once, therefore, it becomes relevant, I feel I got a duty to speak to the country. The second thing I feel I have a duty on is to give you the assurance that when I speak to the country, I am not interested in going after any contractor or any business person. But I will call out business people where they are colliding with facts. In other words, making up facts of their own. And secondly, where it is that they are, how best to put it, where they are mamagaying the public and taking you for fools. Now, I want to be very clear on this matter. Let us begin with the suggestion made by Anderson Cherry that this government consolidating wealth. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further from the truth. Well, I campaigned in 2018 against the consolidation of wealth in Barbados. I know what consolidation of wealth looked like then, and I know what I campaigned against. In case we forget, because I think sometimes in the 4 or 5 short years, people have forgotten that they had a motor vehicle repair company just there below the drive-in, and that there were 2 ministers of the government that were driving vehicles that they didn't own, that weren't registered to them. And when you check, the vehicle was associated with the motor vehicle repair company. But the ministries that these ministers presided over were given all or a disproportionately significant amount of work to this one company. I ask yourself, how is this possible? Now, if I, Kerrie Symmonds, was driving a BMW X5 Jeep that was owned by somebody in the private sector, And the ministry that I have responsibility for is feeding work to that same company. So that all the trucks in my ministry, all the vans in my ministry, all the motor cars in the statutory departments in my ministry are going there to be repaired. Then you would have to ask yourself the question as to whether this meets the test of fairness. And if it does not meet the test of fairness, if it is that it is suggestive of excluding certain people from access to government work and giving a disproportionate amount of government work to a small entity or a group of small entities, that is what you call consolidating wealth. I invite you to tell me where you have evidence of that in the Barbados Labour Party government today.
Listen to Minister Symmonds address other matters.
And the Deputy Prime Minister and the Honourable Member for St. Andrew who just spoke to you must be defended. They are making an effort to bring fair access to the people of Barbados, irrespective of constituency, equality of opportunity for people to benefit from road improvement in Barbados. I was tourism minister and we had travel advisories from Germany. We had travel advisories from the United States of America. We had travel advisories from Great Britain. We had travel advisories from Canada. Telling people don't go to Barbados. Be careful of that South Coast. And the constituency of the honourable member. This is an honourable gentleman who must know what he's talking about when he said that he deals with oppression. But the oppressive circumstances, I thought, was when Worden Beach was shut down. And the people next door to you in St. Lawrence, Aughie, could not use the beach for months and months. And within short time, this government fixed it, opened it back up. And never since then until this day has that issue arose again.
Mr. Cherry has asked me to speak to you, Barbadians, and the entire world to notify you and the world that he will be responding to these comments. Please go to Mr. Anderson Cherry's YouTube channel.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.